In the vast expanse of space, one ship stands as humanity's last hope. This is the story of the US Defiant and its brave crew. Just hours ago, 30 ships stood ready to defend our planet. Now, only the Defiant remains. The experimental mirror shield absorbed most of the enemy fire during our retreat, but the cost was steep, too steep. Long-range sensors pick up unusual activity at the edge of the solar system. Multiple objects emerge from hyperspace. This was it, the main invasion force they had been warned about. The earlier attack had just been a scout group testing Earth's defenses. Now, the real threat was arriving. The Defiant might be outnumbered, but she wasn't outgunned, not in the traditional sense anyway. The ship represented humanity's greatest technological achievement, a perfect blend of defensive and offensive capabilities that no one in the galaxy had ever seen before. All hands, this is the captain speaking. What you're about to see on your sensors isn't a mistake. The collective is sending their main fleet, over 500 ships, to finish what they started. They think that because they destroyed most of our fleet, Earth will be an easy target. They're wrong. The Defiant was built for exactly this moment. Every test, every trial, every simulation we've run has prepared us for this fight. We're not just another warship, we're humanity's best chance for survival. Earth had barely recovered from the climate wars 50 years ago when the collective first appeared in human space. The alien empire offered humanity a simple choice: surrender and be absorbed into their civilization or be destroyed. Earth's response was to pour every resource into developing new technology. While other species focused on building bigger weapons and stronger shields, humanity took a different approach. The Defiant was the result. A ship that could turn an enemy's strength against them. As the enemy fleet approached, the Defiant's revolutionary mirror shield absorbed incoming fire, storing it for the perfect moment to strike back. The more powerful the enemy's attack, the more dangerous the Defiant became. Through the viewport, the first signs of the collective fleet became visible, tiny points of light that grew larger with each passing moment. Their ships were biological in appearance, with curved lines and organic shapes that contrasted sharply with the Defiant's angular human design. Enemy fleet will be in weapons range in 10 minutes. They're launching fighter squadrons. The Defiant's mirror shield wasn't just a defensive barrier. It was an intricate web of quantum-linked energy fields that could capture incoming enemy fire and store it. That energy could then be redirected back at the attackers, turning their own weapons against them. The first wave of alien fighters streaked toward the Defiant, their weapons charging with deadly energy. Behind them, the massive collective fleet moved forward like an unstoppable tide of destruction. But as the enemy fighters opened fire, something unexpected happened. The space around the Defiant seemed to ripple like water, and the incoming plasma bolts disappeared into shimmering fields of energy. The mirror shield didn't just block the attacks, it absorbed them, storing their power for the perfect moment to strike back. Shield capacity at 20% and rising. The system was working perfectly. The real battle was about to begin, but they had already proven their most important technology worked against actual collective weapons. Now, they just had to survive long enough to use it. The Defiant's mirror shield erupted with the combined power of hundreds of collective weapons. The stored energy burst forth in a devastating wave, but this was no random explosion. The shield focused the power into precise beams, each one targeting a specific enemy ship with their own energy signatures. The effect was catastrophic for the collective fleet. Dozens of ships were struck by weapons fire that matched their own shield frequencies perfectly. Defensive barriers designed to stop enemy weapons were useless against their own energy patterns reflected back at them. The collective fleet's neat formation dissolved into chaos as ships tried to evade the unexpected counterattack. But the Defiant wasn't finished. The mirror shield continued to release its stored energy in controlled bursts, each shot guided by AI precision and the Nexus Core's predictions. Admiral Crash is signaling. They're demanding to know what kind of weapon we're using. No response needed, Lieutenant. They'll figure it out soon enough. Send a message to Earth Command. Tell them the mirror shield works better than we ever imagined, and tell them to prepare for refugees. I have a feeling some of the collective ships will be looking for a new place to call home very soon. 1 year after the battle that changed two civilizations, the US Defiant approached Earth's orbital shipyards. Captain Walker stood at his familiar spot on the bridge, but this time he wasn't watching for enemy ships. Instead, he observed the massive construction projects taking place all around them. Dozens of ships floated in various stages of completion, their hulls showing both the geometric patterns of human design and the organic curves of collective technology. Teams of human and alien engineers worked together in spacesuits, installing the new hybrid systems that both species had developed together. It wasn't the victory they had come for, but it might be something far more valuable. Send a message to Earth Command. Tell them to prepare for a different kind of first contact, the kind where both sides learn from each other. The future is looking brighter than we ever imagined.